We don't mean to scare you or anything, but if you've ever heard some creepy noise in your home, you should definitely check out what causes it. And if you ever buy yourself or your family a new home, check that home twice. Cooling images and videos show the real-life terror experienced by people who discovered secret things in their houses. From a creepy note that reads, "Save yourself," to corpses. Keep watching to find out the creepiest things ever found in houses. The Ohio House. Imagine you're a student, and you and your friends move into a house together, living your best life, enjoying your youth. That was the case with a group of Ohio State University students when they moved into a house together. However, they noticed something wasn't quite right. Whenever they came home, they always felt some weird smell, and even if they turned off the lights, they came home to see the lights on. Things got really scary when they heard strange noises from the basement. The good news is that the house wasn't haunted, but the bad news was that there was a locker in the basement. They came upon a secret room with a bed, textbooks, and framed pictures. The thing is, someone was already living there. It was Jeremy. He lived in the house last year and just never left. The students also said that the landlords never changed the locks. New rooms. A Reddit user shared his story of the creepy rooms he found in his attic. He climbed through a small square hole into his attic and found a whole secret apartment. The user, who goes by Catching Windows, shared some photos of the spooky, collapsing apartment, which would certainly fit great in a horror movie. "There's a house in my attic," Catching Windows captioned the original post. Inside the secret apartment that he discovered, Catching Windows said he found a bunch of junk: an old cabinet, a tire, a hat, a toilet, and a sink, plus lots of dirt and spiders. Catching Windows' home used to be a church, and before that, it was a store where the owners lived upstairs. Creepy. Save yourself. Reddit user Lumberjack and his wife went through horror. The couple had moved into a new home. Things were going great. For a better future, they bought a fixer-upper in the Midwestern United States. So when they moved in, they quickly started restoring the house. They eventually went to the basement. Back then, they had no idea that the FBI would soon be involved in their lives. As they started renovating the basement, they discovered some strange things, including a terrifying case. Soon after that, the FBI attacked their home, and the couple got famous. The strangest thing the couple discovered was a note that read, "Save yourself." Mummified cats? Far more unusual things than a note were implemented during the 17th century to protect people. But can you guys imagine finding a mummified cat in your home? How does this even happen? More importantly, why does this happen? One such unusual discovery happened in December 2011 when construction workers came upon the poor kitty while doing routine maintenance on Pendle Hill in Lancashire. Hidden cameras. You won't believe this one. Now, a couple was living peacefully in their home and everything was going great until they saw something weird about their landlord on a rental forum site, informing possible residents that he's been known to secretly watch intimate moments via hidden cameras. Can you guys imagine their shock? The couple immediately searched their home, and they found many hidden cameras in the walls, light fixtures, and smoke detectors. That's what happened to a couple in Sydney, Australia in April 2016. The house owner, Masaki Imeda, had set up his shed as a personal show cave. He had a leather recliner, a footrest, and television, where he watched everything the couple did. If you were ever looking for a definition of an idiot, this might help. When they made the shocking discovery, the couple immediately called the police, and the owner was arrested. The owner, quote, pleaded guilty to multiple charges of using an optical device without consent and observing a person in private without consent to obtain sexual arousal. Imeda was convicted to 17 months in prison for his acts. Human remains. The new house owners of a bungalow in Houston located human remains in an attic wall. They found this scary discovery just as they moved into their home in a wall gap. The couple also found a pair of eyeglasses that matched those worn by the house's previous owner, 61-year-old Mary Cerruti. The thing is, the poor Cerruti had been reported missing by the police in 2015. Back in 2013, Mary had simply stated her disappointment with an expected luxury apartment complex that was thought to be built near her home. But her objections were irrelevant. The project was established, and she simply had to deal with it. But after she disappeared, her house was put on sale. Strange, huh? When the new couple found her body, they were obviously shocked and uncertain about what happened to this lady. How did she end up there, and why? We also need to mention that Cerruti had rejected selling her home to developers as they wanted to build bungalows there. How awful is that? Secret bunker. If you've ever purchased or rented a house, the first thing you do is walk around and get a touch for your surroundings to make sure that everything is fine. You certainly won't mind if you stumble upon some hidden treasure, but that's rarely the case, so prepare to see the stuff that these people have found in their home. When a homeowner died, real estate agents sold this house in its complete profile with all the contents still inside. The new homeowner was happy with the deal because he also got the basement to keep the things he wanted to save. Well, he was happy until he got to the bottom of the stairs when he found an unusual sheet of plywood tied to the wall. He then removed it and discovered the unbelievable. There was access to a hidden room. The tiny room was just 4 by 4 feet, but it carried dangerous things. The room included several gun cases and textbooks, a large safe, a collection of ammo, and a hollowed-out grenade. There was also a large set of money. Wall snakes. In 2009, a couple bought their house in the American countryside that they believed was an amazing deal. What they didn't know was that their ideal home was filled with hundreds of snakes. Yeah, snakes. Here's a fact that'll make you lose sleep. The ground around the home seemed to move at times because it was that full of snakes. The couple first noticed a snake in the yard, and as shocking for some of us as this would be, they didn't panic. Later, they found more and more snakes around the house, and that's when they got worried. When Ben opened a board of siding, he was shaken by the number of snakes that appeared. That was the moment they understood what kind of house they bought. Their house was in the middle of Snake Town. The snakes had been creeping under the external walls, and sometimes the couple would wake up to the sound the snakes made. According to experts, the home may have been created on a hibernaculum, where snakes like to hibernate. So, be careful when you get a great deal for an amazing-looking house. The owners quickly moved out and never returned, to the horror they witnessed. Now, if you thought that was shocking, wait till you hear about this next one. Mummified body? One house owner had difficulties paying for his home, so a Spanish bank was made to simply search for a new owner. Everything went according to plan. They found a person who wanted the house, and they sold it to him. However, something was not quite right. And when we say this, we mean something went terribly wrong. The reason why the previous owner wasn't paying for the house was that he was dead in the house of natural causes. The thing is, the bank didn't check the house before they sold it to the new owner, and the previous owner's body was still inside. The body was protected by the sour air in the seaside town of Roses, which stopped it from decaying. The new homeowner, Jorge Guerrero, found the mummified body. As the neighbor said, the woman had health issues, and her relatives weren't visiting her at all. They stopped paying her debt, and Jorge got a good price for the house because the house was part of foreclosure. Now, the weird thing is why the bank didn't go into the house to check it before they sold it. That's quite weird. Mystery ashes. Here's a similar case with the previously mentioned one. So if you plan to sell a house, you certainly clean it and you make sure you take all the precious items away before the new owners arrive. Now, listen to this. In this special case, after the new owners came into the house, they discovered an urn of human remains. How could someone forget such a thing? Quote, this Manhattan apartment was densely packed and extremely messy with lots of hoarded items, says Liar Rachmany, CEO of Dumbo Moving. Rachmany says his movers were very frightened when they stumbled upon the shocking discovery. Quote, my team kept asking the customer if they wanted to move the urn themselves and take it with them to their new apartment, but they insisted on having the movers handle it, he said. On a related note, have you guys ever discovered something strange in your house? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.